Hello. This is The Shipyard, back with a brand new series. I'm going to be playing Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts on its final 1.7 build. But not only am I playing Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, I will be playing using the Naval Arms Race mod by O Barao. This mod is fantastic and genuinely I really love it. It just makes the game a lot more fun to play. Of course, it's also using the Tweaks and Fixes mod. And as you can see, we have a bunch of new nations added to the playable list. There's, let's see here. We have Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Portugal. We have the Dutch. We have the Greeks. We have the Ottomans. We have... Actually, I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. But yeah, it's a pretty good roster. But today we're going with a classic. We are going with a Germany 1890 campaign. And we're going to see how far we can get. Can we take Germany from just all this and some Pacific and African holdings to a worldwide empire? I think we can do it. Of course, I have some African and Pacific colonies to protect. I've got Togoland, Cameroon, Southwest Africa, Tanganyika, and in Africa. And then in Asia, I have Tsingtao. I have German New Guinea, the Bismarck Archipelago, and the Solomon Islands. Of all of them, these are not very large ports. The one I would have to rely on is Honiara or Tsingtao to store any sort of major force, while in Africa, my major ports would be Douala and Lomé. Those are just about the only ones I can store any significant amount of fleets in. Luderitz is alright. It's 7,000. I could probably store a light protected cruiser and a torpedo boat or two in there. But in Tanganyika, there's not much you can do. They're tiny ports. And you can't manually, improve port capacity, which is not fun. As you can see, we have a frankly massive monthly balance and a good reserve of naval funds before the campaign starts. That's one thing I like about naval arms races. You can get to a good start, especially because it's going to turn into chaos very quickly. With all these new nations causing tension with each other, it's going to be a massive amount of wars breaking out. And the wars won't start to calm down until nations have been annihilated. Of course, I'm going to start building 3,000 tons of shipyard, get that transport capacity up, get that tech budget up, and get that crew training up to 50%. That leaves us $40 million monthly balance right now. And as for priorities, I am actually going to use priorities. I've got things I like. Engines, big guns, and armor. We want good armor. Right now, we start with nickel steel. That's pretty good, actually. That's not bad. Now, time for us to design our fleet. Now, we start with one of the more interesting pre-dreadnought hulls. And by interesting, I mean I don't like it. Well, actually no, that's not right. This hull is okay in the Naval Arms Race version, because Naval Arms Race significantly reduces the effects of, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, weight offset, forward and aft. So I'm going to try and get these up to 18 knots. 11,000. We're going to try and make them max displacement. Actually, no. Let's try for a 10,000 ton. These aren't going to be very big. They're basically going to be coastal battleships. Get a Citadel 1. And let's see, this says armor quality 33. But, so, we can go. This is a thing I learned from Brother Monroe. Shout out Brother Monroe. His work is incredible. I've learned much from him and watching his campaigns. Maybe I'll do a campaign in Dreadnought Improvement Project at some point. I will be sticking with the inch measurements because I'm a filthy American, I guess. Okay. So, of course, this starts out with no armor. Let's get ourselves... I'm going to wait a bit to armor up. Actually, so since it's the early days and you're going to have to get in close, deck strikes are going to be less common. So you don't have to put that much deck armor. That's another thing I learned from Brother Monroe. And that's a good weight-saving measure early in the game, when you don't have much displacement to work with. Now, the rear tower 2, great tower. It's easily the best. I'm going for the best stats, even though it's more expensive. It's not that much better than the rear tower 1. And rear tower 1 is significantly cheaper. Good lord, the difference in cost, good lord. But it is a pretty major difference in stats, so I guess it lines up. We're going to add torpedo tubes. Those are pretty significant to have. Of course, you start with 15-inch torpedoes. They're not great. They really aren't. Gonna add some... Actually, I'm going to abstain from a 6-inch, because you can only have 2 of them, and that's not very much. But I will go with a very big 4.5-inch casemate broadside. That is 7 4.5-inch guns per side. So 14 4.5-inch guns. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Few 3-inch guns. It's not bad. Wonder if I can fit in some 2s. Yes, I can. Only 2 of them. And it's not really worth it if it's just 2. In terms of guns, I don't think I can mount 12s. They're just too big for this hull. They're too heavy. I'll have to stick with 10s, which they will be fine for now. Three 10-inch turrets. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it's what we have to work with. See, they'll certainly be able to withstand a strike from a 4.5-inch gun, which can pen 6.7 inches of armor. Wow, that's actually pretty good. It's not bad at all. Gonna do enhanced reloading. Barbette 1, of course. Don't want to blow up. We are not pulling a Jutland. I actually like to go with heavy shells, just for that extra penetration. It's good, in my opinion. You may disagree, but I disagree with you. Let's see here. Scharnhorst, I guess. Let's add some funnels. Of course, this being early game, we're not going to get much engine efficiency out of this hull. Only 50% is fine for a hull this old and this early in the game. Once we get induced boilers and better engines, we can get that up to 100%. I don't plan to get into any wars early in the game, because that would probably spell disaster in my opinion. So, what we're going to do... Now I think we just need to armor it up. I want to get a 10-inch belt on this thing, at least. 10 inches on the conning tower. I want to get 6 inches. Ooh. Now they can penetrate 7.4 inches of armor. But that's at 1,000-meter range. I don't plan to get that close. And either way, I don't think we can do 6 inches of armor. We could try. No, we definitely cannot. 5 inches, maybe? No. We're gonna have to go with 4. Ooh, yeah, that ain't working. These definitely can't withstand a hit from a gun of their caliber, but it should be fine. I intend to upgrade these at some point. Ooh. How am I going to... I may just have to remove this 10-inch gun. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Allows me to add a little bit more armor. Oh, wait. Aha, I can get up to 6 inches of armor. Ha ha ha. Maybe I can... No, I cannot. I think that's all I'm going to be able to get away with for now. But it's not... Oh, no, wait. I still need to armor the casemates. I can remove a little bit of the superstructure armor. It'll be fine. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not great. Of course it's not great. Its range is absolutely pitiful. That's why these are coastal battleships. They should never fight on open water because they will not get very far. But plopping them in a port and letting them defend a port should be fine. It should be good. At some point in a refit, I do want to put like some secondary guns here, but I can't do that right now. Can't do that right now. I don't think I'm gonna stick with Scharnhorst. Why do I keep saying I'm actually not going to be using historical names. I'm going to be using names I came up with myself. So these will be, let's see here, what do I've got? See, I am a bit of a nerd. I'm going to name these after, this is going to be the broadsword. No. No, actually, I think I will go with the German battleship names. Actually, I have an idea. Since these are such early things, I think what I can do is, what was I saying? Coastal defense ships, yes. Since these are essentially just coastal defense battleships, then I think we will go with the Siegfried class, since that was the first coastal defense ship class, really, of the German Navy. Siegfried. Of that class there was Siegfried, Beowulf, Frithjof, Heimdall, Hildebrand, and Hagen. But yeah, this is not a truly terrible design. We'll see how it does. I don't expect them to last very long. They'll probably be phased out as soon as I can get a more adequate design. And now we have the heavy cruisers. These are not bad hulls. I don't dislike them. Give them a armament of 4.5-inch casemates. It'll be fine. Let's see, what size can I make these? I think I'm going to have these be 6,000 ton ships. I think I'm going to use a mix of like actual German names and names from my list. Let's see here. What do I have for armored cruisers? The Castle. Nah, I'm just gonna let it name itself, honestly. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a learning experience for me, you know. 18.5 knots. Let's go with 18. Maybe if there's free displacement later, we can get a bit higher. But otherwise, I don't think it's going to be possible. Standard ratio. Yeah. Heavy shells. Enhanced reloading. Starts with a base 4-inch belt. 4.5-inch guns. 45 caliber. And I'm going to use 9-inch guns. 9-inch guns are simply a better option in this case. They're just better. 9-inch guns allow you to, well, first, they upgrade a lot faster than the 8-inch guns. You'll get the 9-inch Mark II much faster than you'll get the 8-inch Mark II. And they pack a meaner punch as well. Overall, they're really good for heavy cruisers and armored cruisers. So I'm going to use them. Yeah, that's pretty aesthetically pleasing. And functional. Of course, I'm going to give it 2 standard funnels. Gets it up to 50 engine efficiency, which for this era is not that bad, but it's not that good either. I'm going to see if I can give it some 4.5-inch turrets as well. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. See how much armor I can put on there. 8 inch. 6.5. Put 1-inch armor on the top of the turrets. These will at least survive a shot from a 4.5-inch gun, which are 46s. I'll have to come down to 45. There we go. That saves a bit of weight, and I like even numbers mainly, unless that odd number is 5 or ends with 5. Those are based. Those are based. Alright, let's see if we can add some. No, we cannot add any 3-inch guns. Oh well. We'll add some 2-inchers. Good smattering of them. It's good, good. Now, let's see how much armor we can add. 6-inch. 4, 6, 4. Yeah, that's not that bad. That's not too bad. Ooh, I could get up to 5-inch fore and aft belt. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be really nice. What would I have to sacrifice to get that weight down? What should I sacrifice? I don't want to sacrifice bulkheads. Those are extremely important. I could, maybe if I, oh no, that did not work. That did not work. No, that's not gonna work, no. What could I sacrifice to get this below weight? I'll go with a 4-inch belt. fore and aft. 6-inch main belt, it'll be at least able to defend mostly against the 4.5. Maybe I can get a... No, I cannot. Ooh. It won't be able to protect against a 9-inch gun, but considering how much it can pierce at 1,000 meters, or even out to 7,500 meters, this would pierce a battleship's armor at this point. I have it at 33% on the armor. Let me check. Yeah, I do. Just had to make sure. Maybe I can get the range up. Nope. Spacious quarters? I don't think it's worth it. The Orion class. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see here. We could go with the Light Cruiser 3, but it's not worth it considering how much displacement we have available. I think the Light Cruiser 1 is better. I actually like this hull. I hate the semi-armored cruisers. Until later in the game, they're not useful. But by the time they're useful, they're usually obsolete anyways. So, rip. Use a front tower. Rear tower. I'm gonna see if I can get this up to 22 knots of speed. I'm gonna lower the beam and the draft all the way to 0. Bump this up to 3,000 tons. The Pilau class. Balanced rudder. Yeah. Yeah. Nickel steel armor. Citadel 1. It's not too important on a cruiser, but... or a protected cruiser, but still nice to have. Let's see how many funnels it'll take. 4 funnels. It'll be a 4-stacker. Look at that silhouette. That is a nice silhouette. I'm gonna arm this with 4.5-inch guns. I may have to make this a 3-stack. And I'll lower these down to 40 caliber. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I just realized I don't have any of the audio on. Sorry about that. There we go. Got 2 up front. Let me turn the music down just a little bit. So a little bit about my history with this game. I've been playing this game since before it was available on Steam. I was one of the original beta testers for it. I bought the early access. It was super expensive. But I think it was worth it. I've been having fun with this game since before it was on Steam even. Despite what everyone says about it, I think it's a good game. I like it. And with the modding scene becoming more active, it definitely still has potential. It's not dead like some people seem to think it will be. No, I think it's just getting started, honestly. If they can figure out how to import models into Unity, then it'll truly take off. Should I put 2-inch or 3-inch? I'll put 3-inch secondaries in the casements. Yeah. They can mount... These casements can mount heavier armor than the turrets, which I suppose makes sense. They're actually mounted in the hull. Let me see if I can get 3-inch... 1.5, 1.5. if I can get up to 4 inches. 2, 2, 2. Yes. 5 inches, about as much as I can get for that. So this 1890 fleet is just gonna be low range, good speed, good armament, decent armor. They don't have to go far, they just have to defend their ports until we can get better ships. That's the Pilau class light cruiser, or I guess in this era it'd be protected cruiser. Now for the torpedo boat. The mighty, mighty torpedo boat. Small in size, large in payload. I'll go with the 275 max tonnage, 28 knots of speed. These things need to be fast. I'm not going to go with a 3-inch or 4.5-inch, but a 3-inch and 2-inch armament. They're not meant to engage warships, except other torpedo boats, and they can engage other torpedo boats with guns and transports with guns, but the torpedoes are what will take down capital ships. That's what they're meant for. Let's put one up here. Then we'll get a main tower. It's a good line. Some small funnels. We'll get us up to 61 engine efficiency, which is the second best in the fleet. That's not very good. Yeah, and there's 3 torpedo launchers. Yeah. Now, let's bump up that range as far as we can. Spacious quarters. That'll work. That'll be good. Let's see if we can add some more 2-inch guns onto it. We can, yes. Can we add another 3-inch gun? If I moved these back, then I can. A 3-inch is worth more than 2 inches. Yeah. And it more evenly balances the weight offset. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 3 torpedo tubes, 2 3-inch guns, 2 2-inch guns. That's a pretty good armament for a torpedo boat of this age. The S1 class. Yeah. And now we'll see how many of these things we can build. They're gonna be expensive. I made them just about the best I could. Let's see. 4 Siegfrieds. Siegfried, Beowulf, Frithjof, and Heimdall. Where shall I put these? I'll put one in Hamburg, one in Pilau, put this one in Pilau, one in Hamburg, put another in Douala, yeah, Douala. So we'll have a battleship in Africa, and one in Tsingtao. Or maybe we could put 2 in the Pacific. Yeah, build another. This will be the Hildebrand. Alright, let's see here. Tsingtao and Hanyara. Yeah. Alright, that's 5 battleships, and how much do we have left? 12 million monthly balance, 340 million naval funds. Let's see if we can build a few armored cruisers. I imagine we won't be able to fit any in... Actually, no. We could fit some armored cruisers in Africa as well. Probably put one in Lomé. No, put one in Luderitz, and we'll try and put 2 protected cruisers in Lomé. Yeah. We'll see what we can do. Let's build 6 of the Orions. We can build one in Luderitz, Pilau, and Hamburg. Pilau, Hamburg. Put one in Luderitz. And then we'll put the other 2, one of them in... No. We'd have to put them both in Tsingtao, which I think is pretty fitting. Oh no, we have 3 left. Oh, right. Let's see, we could probably put another in the mainland, actually. Let's put 2 more in the mainland. About Pilau and Hamburg. No, actually, let's put one of them in Kiel, the other in Emden. Kiel and Emden. Kiel, Emden, and Tsingtao. We can't build many more. Let's build 5 light cruisers. 4 protected cruisers. At least. We'll put one in... No, we can't put one in Helgoland. We'll put one in Pilau. We can put one in Lomé, or 2 in Lomé, maybe. No, let's put 1 in Lomé. We can put 1 in Herbertshohe, or Friedrich. Well, let's put it in Friedrich Wilhelmshaven. And then let's put the final one in Hamburg. Now for the torpedo boats. We'll build as many as we can. 7. Oh boy. We can put a few. We'll put 3 in Helgoland. Yeah. 3 in Helgoland, 1 in Tonga, 1 in Dar es Salaam. Tonga, Dar es Salaam. Just trying to cover all my bases that I can. We can put 1 in Lorengau and Kavieng. Yeah, Lorengau, Kavieng. And that actually shapes up nicely. Lorengau, Kavieng. And there we go. That looks to be our fleet. 5 battleships, 6 armored cruisers, 4 light cruiser, 4 protected cruisers, and 7 torpedo boats. 5 pre-dreadnought battleships. Whew. It's gonna be a tough fight ahead of us. Gonna be tough. But we're tougher. I won't be using submarines. I don't like submarines. So I will ignore them completely. But yeah, let's start this campaign. Our expenses are too high and we will bankrupt. We're gonna have to tone down on some of our spending. A 75% tech budget. That'll work. Keeps us good. Alright. Start campaign. Woo, look at that monthly balance. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh, look at these flaws. The Fritjof and the Heimdall. The Hildebrand's perfect. Fritjof and Heimdall, they're alright. But Siegfried and Beowulf, they are. Whew. Oh lord. Frigid Carl is good. None of the light cruisers are perfect. A few of these torpedo boats seem to be perfect. 2 of them. It could be worse. We'll keep them in being so their training goes up a bit. Trying to think of where I can build some ships. I want more ships for my mainland, of course. I could probably build 2 more protected cruisers for Africa. Yeah. Yeah, put 1 in Lomé, 1 in Luderitz. Lomé, Luderitz. Probably put a torpedo boat in, or 2 in Douala. Let's do that. 2 more torpedo boats for Douala. Yeah. Actually. No, I don't think we can put another. We can't put another protected cruiser in Luderitz. What am I thinking? So we'll scrap that one. Keep the one that's coming to Lomé. Builds 1 more in Tonga, 1 more in Dar es Salaam. Actually, let's see here. 54. We can build 1 for Lorengau and Kavieng. We'll build another protected cruiser for the Pacific. Put it in Herbert Showa. Yeah. That'll work. Let's see how Tsingtao is looking. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of extra. We could build another armored cruiser there. In Tsingtao. Maybe we could build even a protected cruiser there. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what we can build here. I want to build a 6th battleship, but I wonder what that would cost me. 5 million a month. I believe I could handle that. Looks like I can. We'll build one in... let's build one in Emden. Yeah. Put one in Emden. So now we'll have a pre-Dreadnought and an armored cruiser in Emden. Pre-Dreadnought, armored cruiser like protected cruiser in Hamburg. Protected cruiser in Kiel. Yeah, this isn't too bad. And this 6th one will be named the Hagen. Of course, we'll keep them all in being. And let's build a protected cruiser in Emden as well. For shits and giggles. Yeah. There we go. That's good. It's very good. Alright. Building 11 ships and we still have monthly balance remaining. That's pretty good. Let's see how much we can bump this up. 90%. That's good. We get this up to 75. Yes, and we still have 5 million monthly balance. This is good. This is very good. We're starting strong here, in my opinion. I think we are. Let's go on to the next turn. I think once we get to 1891, I'll end this episode. I'll probably start cutting if things don't get interesting. Actually, no. You know what we'll do? We will go until at least the pre-Dreadnought is finished building. Then we'll get an overview of our fleet. Stepan Makarov has been warned. Afonso Albuquerque has been warned. Seydi Alirais has been warned. Manuel Blanco Encalada has been warned. All the canals are open. Yada 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 yada. Let's look at the politics. Let's see this state. The British have a pretty good sized fleet. It's pretty threatening. The French have foregone pre-Dreadnoughts in favor of a lot of cruisers and torpedo boats. The Italians have a pretty good fleet, pretty good size. The Chinese have a good sized fleet. The United States fleet they've gone heavy into battleships, a little bit more even on cruisers and torpedo boats. The Russian fleet is a little bit larger. Ottoman fleet's pretty good size. They have no battleships. Let's see. Austro-Hungarians, pretty good size. Japanese, good size. The Spanish, they're the Spanish, but they're actually doing pretty good, it seems. We have a small fleet. Our fleet is small, so we will have to hope that ours are higher quality. Even the Dutch have a bigger fleet than we do. Oh, and they're building more. The Argentinians. The Greeks have a larger ship. They have a larger fleet than we do, and they have literally one province, one port. What? Oh. The Portuguese. We have a larger fleet than Chile, at least. Ooh. We are the second smallest fleet in the world, but we will conquer this world. It is our destiny, our birthright. It is ours for the taking. Alright, I'm gonna start cutting away if nothing interesting happens. If something interesting does happen, I'll come back. We'll get some good naval prestige. Yes. And everyone else is getting warned as well. Arabia is invading the Ottoman Empire. That's funny. It looks like they might win, actually. They have a much larger army force. That would be hilarious. The Serbians are invading the Ottoman Empire, trying to take Kosovo. And the Arabians are trying to take Hejaz. Let's see what other conflicts are taking place around the world. Can't really see anything going on right now. I bet you that in the next 10 years, the Russian Empire will implode into the Soviet Union. Because it always happens quickly. The Portuguese are invading Liberia. They tend to do that a lot in the games I've played. They tend to do that a lot. They just have major beef with Liberia. Look at this fleet all across. Look at these fleets. This is massive. This is a lot. The Russians already have twin torpedo tubes. What? What? Indeed. 13-inch Mark I guns. We cannot use them right now. We have no use for them yet. Not good for us. Oh, we'll get twin torpedo tubes soon enough. Get some Mark II 2-inch guns. I think I'm always going to keep a priority on engines because engines are good. We'll want induced funnels or induced boilers as soon as possible so we can get better engine efficiency. So once the armor is done, I'll pop a prioritium boilers. Yeah. I wonder what the first war breakout will be. Oh, well, that's not good for the Ottomans. I wonder what the relationships are looking like. The British are generally liked by everyone. So are the French and the Italians. So no one really hates each other yet. Except the Japanese hate the Chinese. The US hates the Spanish. That's typical for the 1890s. Let's see. The Russians don't really like the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire doesn't like the Russians or the Greeks. We're not the biggest fans of the British or the French, but it'll be a while before war breaks out there. If we go to war with one of them, it's liable the other will join in on that side. The Argentinians do not like Chile or Brazil very much. The Dutch generally like everyone, or are neutral with everyone. The Brazilians don't really like the US, Argentina, or Chile. Greece does not like Portugal, or the Ottomans, or Chile for some reason. Portuguese do not like the Spanish, or the Chileans, or the Greeks. And Chile does not like a bunch of people. So let's see, how can we avoid war? So let's see, who's our biggest threat? The British. The British are the biggest threat here. Let's try and improve relations with them. Because I don't want to go to war with them yet. I would lose, probably. I'm not that great at this game. Screw you, France. Yes, it worked. Why did that make the Russians dislike them? Well, see, now I see why that would make sense, but... Norway? Ooh. That would be juicy. But I'm not sure if we can manage it. I'm gonna say we can. Gonna try and get as many of our ships up there to take Norway as possible. The Elbing. Frithjof. Atlantis. Yeah, we're sending just about everything on this side of the globe there. Alright, let's see what happens next turn. Oh yeah, we're winning. 91% chance to win. And once these ships arrive, it'll probably be 100%. Haha. Dang, the Ottomans are already crumbling. Dang, they're already doomed. That's the way the Ottoman cookie crumbles. Let's see what we can do. Boilers. We want boilers. We'll also want rangefinders. Those are very important. You always want GDP. We can live with a little less naval budget. We have surplus. Norway will be ours. All ours. Its resources, its riches, all ours. Yes. Alright, let's see. Soon our final heavy cruiser will be here, and that should bring us up to 100%. There is no way we can lose this. We are too big to fail. Yas. Watch me fail. That would be unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Goodness gracious. Yep, 100%. It took basically our entire fleet, but we'll be doing it. Ha ha. I plan to do major refits and new ship classes every 5 years in this game, so that I'm not just constantly spamming out new ship designs. Actually, that may not be the best idea. We'll see what happens. The Koreans. Oh no. Oh, this is not good for me. I do not support this action because we can't do it. We cannot do it. It would not work. We wouldn't be able to get enough ships over there fast enough. It just wouldn't work. Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah. Southern Norway is ours. Like 50 years early. Let's see. Back to Helgoland. You back to Lome. Back to Douala. That's the pain. Moving everything back to their original spots. I wish... Man. I wish there was just a return from whence you came button. Luderitz. Back to Pilau. Back to Kiel. Back to Hamburg. Hamburger. And back to Emden. Boom. Bing bam boom bop bum bop bam. The kind of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. 1891. Woo, we survived a year. The only ship still building is the battleship. Put everything back on in being. That armored cruiser is still commissioning up. Still 2 months left on the battleship's construction. Advanced small funnels. Soon we'll have Harvey armor. And in like 2 more years we'll have 15,000 ton shipyard size. I'll wait until every ship's back at port and then I'll see what ships we need to build now. Well, I'll wait until that battleship's commissioned up. What? Togo? You bitch! Ooh. I don't think we can do it. Not until we get more ships into the Pacific. So we have 21,000 there. Another 10,000 or so, that's about 30,000. If we get more ships there, we could do it. Tsingtao. Let's build 8 more torpedo boats, all for the Pacific. We'll build 4 in Tsingtao. Can build 1 in Lorengao, 1 in Kavieng. Two in Honyara. Yeah, that's good. Could probably build another protected cruiser in Lome. Yeah, I think so. 1 more protected cruiser in Lome. Let's build 3 more armored cruisers in Kiel. Because I just want that. A little bit more security. Probably build another 3 armored cruisers. Pillau, Hamburg, Emden. Alright. I think that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Please leave suggestions in the comments on how I could improve the series and what I could do differently next time. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is The Shipyard, signing off.